Are we ready?
Dope.
Are we live?
We're live.
You're live and
All right.
that's it.
All right, I'm Sean here at Spotlight Customs. We are here with Geoff Weaver, founder, coffee chemist extraordinaire of Koine Coffee. He started that back in 2015.
Yes, sir.
After his time in the United States Armed Forces,
Yes,
the
sir.
Army. So what we're going to do today is he's going to walk us through the process of how to make a nice French press cup of coffee.
So we have water that's already been preheated to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. We have 57 grams of paint thinner. Wait, epoxy? Epoxy.
Paint.
Paint. So we're gonna add.
We have fumes in here.
It smells really good. Like the combination of glue and coffee is really, really good. You can stop by. All right. So we're just gonna jump right into it. We are going to weigh our water when we add that.
How much water
Now,
do we use?
We're going to use about 950 grams of water.
About?
Shy of a
Okay.
liter. Yeah. Obviously, if you're doing this at home, you don't need to use a scale. You can guesstimate it, but to be able to repeat results with coffee, it's always better to measure. And when we're talking measuring, we are weighing grams. We're going to add our epoxy, coffee, all those
So
grams.
57 grams of ground coffee.
57 grams of ground coffee. Just gonna rip it. We're gonna add 100 grams or so. This is called a bloom. So this coffee is extraordinarily fresh, roasted specifically, exclusively for Spotlight Coffee. They know about Spotlight Coffee?
They do. Spotlight Coffee. We have it in 1 pound bags.
And we're gonna give that another few seconds here.
So how long for a typical bloom? 100 grams of water?
45 seconds is good. What you're
Okay.
looking for is just an opportunity for that freshly roasted coffee to give off the CO2,
Okay.
which just makes the brewing process a little bit easier and lets that coffee develop some flavor. Then we're gonna add the rest of our water. I'm actually going to stop right there at 900 grams. Give it a stir. Now this particular batch of coffee has been ground specifically for drip machines. What that means for our French press today is it's going to be a little bit stronger than an average French press that's ground coarsely. And we're going to have a little bit more sediment in the cup.
With different grinds for different ways of brewing,
Yes, sir.
or different ways to ground the coffee.
Right up to 950. So this gives us approximately in the neighborhood of what's considered a pretty standard specialty coffee recipe of 60 grams per liter. There are no rules in coffee, just guidelines, starter places to start, you know, and then you kind of adjust for preference. As a coffee roaster, I typically drink my coffee black because I'm always evaluating, always trying to see what I'm getting out of a particular roast or a particular blend, or if I'm evaluating green beans for purchase. But coffee is preference, so if you like your coffee with cream and sugar, or flavored creamer, or,
Straight black here.
well, maybe a little epoxy.
Alright.
But
Spice it
take
up.
it how you want it. It's just a guideline, just a way to start. And we're gonna let that go for another 3 minutes or so. And then once the timer beeps, we will press the coffee, so that's where it gets its name. And French press is almost the most simple way that you can make coffee. You've got a vessel, and then on top you've got an assembly that has a mesh screen and another plate that has a little bit larger holes in it. And the idea is that you let the coffee and the water steep together, and then when it's done brewing, We're going to press that down to separate the coffee grounds from the resulting liquid, so that it's not as chunky and chewy. Most people like their coffee on the drinkier side.
Yes. No chewy coffee.
No chewy coffee. So here we are, about ready to press this bad boy. It is going to be a little bit messy. I did fill it up.
That's all right.
A bit too much.
It's all right.
I think you got
A metaphor for life. A little bit messy, but usually ends up pretty good.
Yeah, you know, you can't cook an egg without breaking it. I guess you can, but then it's hard boiled. Never mind.
That's your timer.
Let's
It's ready.
We're just going
Let me
to
grab
gently
some
press
paper
this
towels here
down.
just in case.
Gently press the plunger. Again, the goal here, there's no more brewing going on. We're just separating the coffee grounds from the water. There are actually folks who will just leave this screen right at the top and you have the stem still sticking up. The goal really is just separation. We are ready to aspirate this coffee. We've now consumed about half of what we poured in there, but
It's all right.
so really, again, aspirating the coffee just coats your taste buds, allows you to really get a sense of what that coffee tastes like. So let's slurp.
I'm gonna watch you first.
Oh, okay.
The technique. So just one powerful slurp.
Yeah, I mean, you can get crazy with it. So typically, it's a little bit snooty looking, but it's really effective. So when you're cupping coffee officially, you have a spoon, and you would take some out of the cup, and you would.
What was that?
You would slurp it out of the spoon, but since we don't have spoons, we just have cups. You just slurp it out of what you got.
Oh. And you really can taste more of it,
Yeah.
but you're not going to sit around and do that for your whole cup of coffee.
No, because ultimately you want to drink your coffee. You want to get that caffeine in your system, that central nervous stimulant.
Get you going.
And really, you want some pep in your step. You want a great tasting cup of coffee. Something with a little bit higher caffeine content than your average cup out there.
Because it's a mix of what kind of blends?
So in this
Blend of what
particular
kind of coffee.
iteration of Spotlight Coffee, we've got Mexico, we've got a Ethiopia Natural, we've got a Colombian bean, washed Colombian, and then finally we've got just about 10% of the blend is an Indian Monsoon Malabar Robusta, which has a lot more caffeine per serving, and it's not incredibly flavorful on its own, but in the blend, as a component of the blend, it's pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm. Rich flavor, smooth ending.
Yeah, tons of flavor in the cup.
And you know, we both say I drink it black, but if I'm on my second cup, I'll add some creamer to it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't like the crazy bitter aftertaste. So
Yeah, a lot of times cream will actually enhance the flavor in the coffee. Now you start adding sugar and all that stuff too. You change the drink entirely.
So this week we did French press,
French press.
and we're gonna try and do some more videos, show different ways, brew methods. You're gonna bring your hand grinder next time. We'll actually grind some beans and walk through different processes on how you can make coffee at home.
If you've got any requests for brew methods, shout them out to Spotlight Customs.
Or Koine. So this coffee is for sale on our website, $18 a pound, or you can stop by the shop sometime and get it. Just give me a heads up if you are stopping by. Geoff also has Koine coffee for sale on his website as well, so he has much more of a variety if you like specific different blends and brews.
And this was roasted yesterday,
Oh wow.
but super fresh.
Okay.
You might not be able to buy fresher coffee.
Support local coffee, support Ohio coffee, support us small business owners. We kind of became friends through coffee, so you never know.
You never know.
Cheers.